Another sunshine pretty morning. Lucky us. Let's breathe together. Get comfortable on your back with your legs uncrossed. Maybe your bed or the sofa or the floor. Maybe your recliner kicked back. You can also sit up straight in a chair. Choose one with a back to support your back. Notice both sit bones and plant them firmly. Your legs, your knees at 90 degrees with your feet flat on the floor and toes pointing forward. Lift your chest and tuck your chin back towards your neck. And soften. Just soften your body. Notice where you've got some extra tension and soften it with the breath. Maybe your head or your scalp or the base of your skull. Maybe your jaw or your shoulders. What about your belly and your hips? Notice everything and soften. Breathe in through both nostrils, if you can, and take advantage of the nose and the magic it works with warming and humidifying and filtering the air as it enters. Pull the air down so your belly rounds, and when your belly rounds, it signals you that you've pulled the air all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs. And that's where most of the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place, because most of the blood is circulating down there at the bottom of the lungs. It's circulating at the top, but not very much. And so continue the breath, pulling the air in and letting your belly round up as you pull it down, and then continuing to pull the air in and rounding across your back and your rib cage and across your back and your upper chest, and at the top, let it spill out. Let it spill out either through your mouth or your nose. And as the air spills out, your body gently lengthens and flattens, and the bottom, your belly button, moves back to your spinal column. Just aware of yourself and the rise and expansion of your body as you inhale, and the narrowing and lengthening and flattening as you exhale. Relaxed, complete, whole body breath. Good. This morning we'll do the curl toes and point your toes exercise. So bring your awareness to your feet and curl your toes as best you can. And notice any tension that picks up, and hold your toes curled and breathe. Notice whether the twinges of pain get less as you continue breathing, and adjust the tension in your curled toes so that you're right at that point of no pain, or pain that comes and goes with the breath. And hold your toes in the curled position, adjusting it to fit you as you continue your whole, relaxed, complete breath. And now with your toes curled, point your toes and notice any changes, and use the same process. Notice whether the pain gets lighter as you breathe, or whether or not you need to back off a little and breathe. As you do this and repeat it, it will change and be less. So breathe to your toes pointed and your toes curled. adjust it to fit you, and continue the breath. Good. Now release the toes and the feet and wiggle them and release any tension that you've created. And now again, curl the toes, and this time push the heels away from the body and pull the feet back, maintaining the curled toes. And breathe. Breathe and hold the toes and the feet, pushing the heels away and maintaining the curl in your toes. Whole body breath, tension in the feet. Notice if you've picked up any tension in any other places of your body. Our bodies tend to try and help by getting tense in places where we don't need them to do anything, and they're certainly not helping. So see if there's any tension anyplace else. Let it go, and hold the tension in your toes and your feet. Good. Now release and wiggle your toes and roll the feet in circles, first in one direction and then in the other. And then release your feet. Good. Good exercise to do every morning. Or if you're sitting, just to take advantage of some quiet time and point your toes. Multitask if you're watching TV. Good. And now draw the breath in and pull it down, that whole complete breath, round up all the way to the top. And at the top, take in 3 extra sniffs. And then let the breath flow out either through the nose or the mouth. And let it flow out all the way to the bottom. And at the bottom, do the puffs, 3 puffs. And continue that breath. Inhaling, sniffing at the top, exhaling, puffing at the bottom. Good. Now continue the breath, natural and relaxed, rounding up on the inhale and lengthening and flattening on the exhale. I've been looking up words in the dictionary and focusing on a word for the day for fun. This morning I looked up the word fear. You can feel so much fear in the people around me. You know, the world's kind of a crazy place right now, and I can feel the fear of the people around me. It is contagious. Emotions are contagious. And so I remind myself to be the person that carries the emotion that's positive so that others can respond to my emotion. And maybe it helps with the fear in the world. Fear was interesting. It ranged along like a continuum. There was fear that was anxiety, and there was fear that was awesome reverence. So interesting. I thought of the ocean and its power. and the reverence I have for it and the respect I have for it. On one end of the continuum, I could be frozen in fear of drowning. And on the other hand, I could be having a good time in the water wearing a life jacket. And so we build our own ability to be neutral and to observe, so we can be in that position of having the proper respect for the things around us and be clear-headed and able to think creatively and critically. And we do it through breath. This morning, let's breathe the breath. Inhale and sniff at the top, and exhale and audibly sigh on the way out. The breath that was in the research study, they chose 3 breaths to study, had subjects breathe for 5 minutes a day for a period of time, and then tested the results. And they discovered that one of the breaths had a clear 24-hour effect. And it was the breath with the inhale, 3 sniffs, and the exhale, ah. Let's do that breath. Inhale and pull the air all the way in, and at the top, 3 sniffs, and exhale. And on the exhale, ah. And continue the pattern. We'll go for 5 minutes. Notice your mind and occupy your mind on the ah. Think of something in your life that's ah. Something that's awesome. It starts so easy with the beauty of the rising sun and the sound of the birds. Breathe in and sniff at the top, and exhale, open mouth, and a loud ah. Good. This is such a great breath, and it's a good mental practice to breathe in and bring that air down to the bottom lobes of the lungs and round up, and then let the breath go on an audible ah, occupying your mind with the thought of what's awesome around you. You can take a break during the day and just do this for a few minutes and reset yourself back into awesome. Extending the exhale on the audible ah. The long breath and the long ah stimulate and tone that vagus nerve that's so important to us in terms of the stress response in our body. Stress is a good thing. It warns us. And then we need to release it. And it's the strength of that vagus nerve that helps us release and brings us back to neutral. Otherwise, we're like a car driving around with its brakes on. not getting anywhere fast. Continue the long breath, inhale, rounding up to the top. Open mouth, audible ah after you do the 3 sniffs. Sometimes I find myself forgetting the 3 sniffs. If you do, just notice it and do it the next time. Good. Keep going, you're almost there. Anything that can be done for 5 minutes that has an effect for 24 hours, I'm for that. Keep going, sniffing at the top and exhaling on that audible sigh. Awesome. And now relax the breath and rest and enjoy the effects of the breath. And listen to the birds. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.